Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back to the show. We are honored to have our good friend Sharon Weinstein joining us here again. Hi. I should call her, well, she's so many things, but first and foremost now, an author. We're excited to talk about healing healthcare today again, as we've been the past few weeks. And Sharon has a lot to talk about today. So welcome back. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. And thank you so much for the
Great.
kind invitation to join you.
Well,
It's
tell
a
us a little
thrill.
bit about yourself before we begin today's show.
Okay. I'm Sharon Weinstein. I've had a 3 or 4 decade, depends on who's counting, healthcare career, most of it in nursing, in the infusion space. And I now run a consulting company where I infuse health and reduce stress into people's environments. I am a partner with my colleague, Dina Redinger, in a company called DT, or Diagnostic Think LLC. And together we are the co-authors of Think Differently, 18 Strategies to Fix Broken Thinking, and our newest release. And guess what, Jill? Tomorrow is the big day. Tonight is the online virtual launch, but tomorrow is the big day for Healing Healthcare, Evidence-Based Strategies to Mend Our Broken System.
Congratulations. This has been amazing. You've all been so amazing teaching me and teaching our listeners and viewers here about this and what is the purpose of the book. Just, give us a quick overview before we continue. Wow.
Sure. Dina and I got involved in writing this book because we had been hearing messages from nurse leaders during an online LinkedIn Live nurse leader listening tour. We asked very provocative questions. We asked, what are the issues related to the workforce, related to the workplace, especially related to well-being, incivility, civility, lack thereof, and so many issues, the issues that drive nurses to leave, that are causing them to basically leave the workforce, creating a huge void all across certainly our country and the world.
Amazing. Amazing. And the two of you working so hard together have accomplished so much. By the way, how do we find you? I'll give us the best website, and we got to know where we can purchase the book from.
Okay. The book may be purchased at https healbrokenhealthcare.com. All the information that you need about the book is right on that site.
Perfect.
healbrokenhealthcare.com.
Awesome. And I know for today, you want to get started kind of by, the excitement, talking about the excitement of the book launch, which is amazing. You've all been touring, and I know the pre-order's still there. Go on the website. I can't believe tomorrow's the big day. But the initiative behind all this, I think we really want to focus on, right? And then, of course, it's not just this book. You have 2 books.
Well, I personally have 24 books. But yes,
oh my
together
gosh,
we have
together.
2 books.
Yes, sorry.
Together we have 2 books. And what we really want to focus on, we just returned from the American Association for Men in Nursing meeting in St. Louis, where we had such a huge reception, really great coverage, and we're able to leverage both books, Think Differently and Healing Healthcare, which led us to the creation of something that we'll be releasing probably January the 1st, but we're so excited to share it right now. And it's called Think Differently About Healing Healthcare. Because when you look at the solutions in the book, Jill, that deal with workforce, well-being, and wisdom, there is a common theme. And the theme is that in order to implement any of these programs, any of these vetted evidence-based initiatives as a pilot in your organization, you need to change the way you think. That's the tie between the two.
And, some of the big problems, I know we've talked about this before, but what are some of those, big problems in the healthcare industry that you're focusing on and that you want our audience and the world to know about?
Well, the biggest problem that we face all the time, and I just did an online webinar for this, an on-demand webinar for the American Nurses Association last week, is the concept of retention. Nurses don't stay. And the reason they don't stay is because the workplace and the workforce don't have a common culture that's aligned with their individual culture. If nurses don't feel valued and appreciated and feel as if there is some level of alignment, they're out. There is no reason for them to stay. And in that respect, one of the things that I recommend And it's also recommended, I love this, by some of our vetted authors, our contributors, is the concept of the stay interview. Why don't we ask people what makes them stay? How hard is that? When you find out what makes people stay, you get the goods from the people who are there, who have no interest in leaving because they love where they work. Why not then share that?
Amazing. And there's so much that you're doing. You've been touring. Where are you right now currently?
Well, today I'm in Bethesda, but we're leaving tomorrow to go to Columbus, Ohio, to the fourth Wellbeing Conference at the Ohio State University. Next week, we're in New Orleans at the Magnet Pathways to Excellence meeting in New Orleans at the Convention Center with 18,000 nurses as the guests at their booth of Purdue University Global. So we're thrilled to be there. We'll be doing book signings. We have at least 7 or 8 of our contributors at that meeting, and they'll be signing with us. And
Oh.
then we just agreed to go, well, in November, we have the 7th of November in Chicago at Rush University. We have the
Mm-hmm.
14th of November here in the DC area in
Yep.
Vienna, Virginia. And on the 25th of November, we'll be at 2 sites in Worcester, Mass, about 40 minutes, 40 miles or so from Boston. So we'll be at Anna Maria College of Nursing and we will be at St. Vincent's Hospital. And we just learned that one of our contributors, think about this, one of our contributors is coming all the way with 2 colleagues from Yerevan, Armenia to
Wow.
Worcester, Mass to participate in those signings. That's
Ah,
huge. We have people who won't drive 30 minutes across the city. And yet these folks are coming thousands of miles. Her chapter, that individual, Dr. Kushkian, is in the wisdom chapter, and she
wow.
had so much to share. And I helped her start her school of nursing in Yerevan 30 years ago. So it is quite exciting.
Oh my, and
Her
how the
school
two,
is so successful.
wow, how the two of you connect originally? How did you
We
meet?
connected when I was a contractor for the State Department for USAID, and I was assigned to the Republic of Armenia and did multiple projects there. But the
Yeah.
most rewarding one truly has been the development of a school of nursing. And you
Ah,
would love, Jill, how that school of nursing started.
tell me.
It started with the first lady,
Really?
Lucia Petrosian. There were a number of young girls who were 14 and 15 years old who were in orphanages at that time. This is 1993.
Wow.
They were in orphanages and they had aged out. Can you imagine aging out at age 14 or 15?
Ah,
And there was nowhere for them to go. And so Mrs. Petrosian said, why don't we think about creating a school of nursing? And partnered with the head of one of the hospitals.
mm-hmm.
Through that connection, we created a school of nursing that now has not only a baccalaureate level program, but a master's level program. And many of our graduates have master's degrees in public health from Nebraska, if you could imagine.
Oh my
They are
goodness.
so successful. They speak so many languages. They put the rest of us to shame.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this is amazing work and the connection you have and all the women you've helped. I mean, do you even know the numbers of how many women you've helped over the years with this?
I have no idea because I was the US advisor
Yeah.
for, first of all, the Kremlin Hospital in Moscow, but I was assigned to 11 countries.
Oh
And
my
so I've
goodness.
had the experience to work in Moldova and in Ukraine, where we have a wonderful NICU with Henry Ford Hospital, and in, gosh, every republic from Kazakhstan to Kyrgyzstan to Uzbekistan to Turkmenistan, Tajikistan,
Oh,
Georgia, Azerbaijan, everywhere.
so you've impacted the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, and you continue to do so. And aren't you starting something else up too? And your own academy? Well, what's happening over here in the
Yes, we're starting an
States?
academy. What's exciting about these programs that are global, by the way, is that they are all sustainable. When you start something in the early 90s and it's still in place in 2024 and thriving, not just surviving, that's huge. That means you've changed the lives of people all across those countries. It's big. It's so rewarding. So let me tell you about our Think Differently About Healing Healthcare Academy.
Sure.
These are offerings that are for hospitals, health systems, and academic programs based on the 2 books, Think Differently, 18 Steps to Fix Broken Thinking, and our new release, Tomorrow's Today, Healing Healthcare, Evidence-Based Strategies to Mend Our Broken System. It will cover things like patient-centered innovation, applying diagnostic thinking to rethink healthcare delivery,
Wow.
So, inspired by the principles in our first book, we work
Hmm.
with this process to help people change and create an innovative healthcare system that truly heals. We'll
Hmm.
be working on revolutionizing nurse education using evidence based strategies for the future of learning. So, again, taking people through the lens of design thinking
Yeah.
and evidence based approaches, participants will delve into the integration of real world problem solving into curricula, nurturing innovative and adaptive nurses who are ready to tackle today's complex challenges. And then we'll work on healing the workforce, fixing broken thinking to improve caregiver satisfaction and retention, which is the big issue. So it's about redesigning the workplace culture to increase caregiver satisfaction, to improve retention, and to create a thriving workforce. That's what we want because our greatest fear is that someday in the future, and that may be 10 years down the line, 12 years down the line, with the attrition rate in nursing, there will be no one to care for any of us, Jill.
My goodness. I can't believe this impact of what's happening. And I'm hoping this does continue the impact for healing healthcare because there's so many things that are broken. And just how have the pre-sales done? Is there any, insight to
I
that
wish
so
we
far?
knew.
Oh, you
I wish
don't
we knew.
know?
We don't have a list. We did receive a royalty check, which tells us that somebody's buying books somewhere. We know
Oh,
that people are ordering them by the caseload. And by the way, we have a special program that we're offering for
what's
institutions
this?
and organizations. That is, that if they buy a minimum of 50 copies, which is a case and a half, and they can buy them at a discount for their organizations, for 50, I will come and do, or online, do a program on overcoming the overwhelm that comes from overwork. And if they
Wow.
buy, I believe it is 200 books or more, I will show up live at their place and create this program for them based upon their wishes.
Oh my goodness. This is impressive work. And we're excited that you're here. Remind us of all the ways we could reach out to you, please.
Well, first of all, we have Dina at ACE Coaching Co.com, acecoachingco.com. I am at Sharon at SMW Group LLC.com. And the book is at healbrokenhealthcare.com. Lots of
Wow.
information now online about tonight's big virtual launch via Zoom.
That's
We
right. It's
expect
7 to
people,
8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Is there still availability to sign up?
absolutely, there's availability online. They can just drop me an email and I'll enroll them. Sharon at smwgroupllc.com. It's on Zoom. We're thrilled to pieces. We have people probably from at least 7 countries, and we are totally thrilled
Great.
with the
And what can
response.
we expect?
For tonight,
Yeah.
you'll get some input from the people from each of the 3 sections. From the workforce section, you'll hear from 1 or 2 of our contributors in terms of the takeaway that they recommend.
Oh my
You'll
goodness.
hear a lot about well being. It is such a strong issue, especially, Joe, when you think about the fact that well being programs typically are for those people who work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I
Beautiful.
don't know a hospital that is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 or any kind of a health provider. I thought they all work 24/7, 365. Our
Yeah.
goal is to ensure that there's a well being representative or officer available for every shift in every hospital everywhere. So that means that nurses won't be resorting to energy drinks and high sugar snacks because there will be something healthier to eat. Maybe they can choose from an apple or another piece of fruit. Maybe they'll have a
Yeah.
banana. Maybe they'll have water. Maybe they'll have milk. Maybe they'll have something that is not an energy drink, that is
Oh,
not bad for them in order to boost their caffeine levels and make them stay awake. That's not what it's all about. If we support their well being 24/7, they'll be with us 24/7.
yeah.
And then the wisdom section, which is where we glean experience from those who have done it all.
Yeah.
And their
Wow.
words of wisdom are amazing.
Well, also, I just want to point out on the website, you can read some of the reviews. We have Susan Keen Barker, another author, saying
Baker.
that
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Keen Baker. Healing Healthcare is your indispensable toolkit for fostering an inclusive and psychological safe post-pandemic environment. Dive into this book to uncover evidence-based strategies tailored for you, your team, and your organization. And also, Dr. Richard A. Is it Shafetz?
Shavitz.
Shavit says this is a beacon of hope for our ailing healthcare system. Healing Healthcare unveils the urgent necessity of prioritizing workforce well-being, going beyond patient care. It celebrates the fortitude and the frontline caregivers, spotlighting nurses, drawing from diverse voices. It provides actionable strategies and compelling narratives, paving the way for a genuinely healed and resilient healthcare landscape. This is an excellent evidence-based approach to solving an important issue. And there's so many other amazing rave reviews on here talking about, it'll, let's see, take heart change and loving evidence-based right action to heal healthcare. Tom Dahlberg, the president and CEO, he talks
Yeah.
about this necessity for high integrity people leading, serving, loving, and teaching, and how you all, with the book, Healing Healthcare, delivers brilliant, caring leaders providing tangible and inspirational wisdom, positioning all to heal healthcare. Wow. So
We
lots of
want
praise
this
out
book in
there
the
for you
hands of
all.
everyone, Jill.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. It's better
Ah,
for you to share it than for me.
no, no,
But
it's
we
okay.
want this book in the hands of every healthcare provider.
Yeah.
We want it in the hands of CEOs and CNOs and CIOs and everyone who's running a healthcare system today so that they're aware of what's possible, so that they can perhaps take just one vetted strategy
Yep.
from just one of our contributors and pilot that in their organization for 2 weeks, for a month,
Okay.
see the results, measure the results, and then expand it.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you so much. What else did you want to share for today? We still have 9 minutes left in the show.
We have 9 minutes left of the show. I am thrilled
Yes.
to pieces. Dina and I are so excited about the response that we had at the American Association of Male Nurses. And I want to tell you something that I learned over this past weekend with these male nurses. First of all, I'm not new to male nurses. One third of the authors of our book are men, because one third of the nurses across the world are men.
Yeah.
So we try to be incredibly inclusive and make sure that everyone's voice is heard. That's so important to us. But one of the things that we learned, certainly through the gracious response of one of our contributors, Ian Sayadaris from New York, who was there, who
Mm-hmm.
introduced us to the folks from his chapter of
Okay.
the American Association for Men in Nursing from New York City. By the way, that chapter, just a chapter in New York City, has 275 members, and they'll be hosting us in January. But
Really?
one of the things that impressed us the most is male nurses, when they're at a meeting, and there were probably 99% men at this meeting,
Mm-hmm.
lift one another up. They are to be emulated. Their behavior is so empowering, and they want all of their peers, and there were peers, we're talking about deans of colleges of nursing and first, second, third, and fourth year students in the same space. And they want these students to excel. And
Mm-hmm.
as a matter of fact, Dr. Ernest Grant was there, the past president of the American Nurses Association. He's now one of the deans at Duke, simply because, in his words, they made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. When
Yeah.
the students were asked about what they were seeking from a standpoint of their future careers, they said to him right in front of me, I want to be like you. And his
Mm.
response to them was, no, you don't. You don't want to be like me. You want to be better than me.
Wow.
And that is
Yes.
so powerful.
Yes.
You
Oh
could
my.
feel the strength in the room. You could feel the excitement. It was so great to watch people lift one another up and allow their colleagues to shine, to find their place in this great profession. And let's look at it. The profession offers so much to everyone, from advanced practice to bedside
Yeah.
nursing to home care to almost anything that one can do.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
But that
Well,
was so exciting. The two of us were Dina and I were overwhelmed, not just by their response to us and to the book itself and the excitement, as Ian, by the way, heralded each member, each participant over to our table to share the book. And his pitch was, Dina and Sharon will sign the book for you, and I'll sign my chapter too.
oh my
We
goodness.
loved it. We loved it. We loved the energy. We loved the excitement.
Oh my
Just being
goodness.
there and seeing that tells us that our future is safe
Yes.
and that nursing is in good hands. We should
Ah,
all feel good about that.
absolutely. You
Kudos
should.
to AAMN for their leadership,
Yay! Oh
for
my
their
goodness.
generosity of spirit, for
Mm-hmm.
their collegiality. They're just an amazing organization. Amazing.
Beautiful. Well, we are ecstatic that you're here, so happy. And let me ask about like your impact so far. I mean, the raving reviews of the book, and obviously you have a lot of people coming out to support you. And the overall goal here, let's just make that be known. Could you just share that with everyone today?
Yeah, we've changed our goal a little bit. The original goal
Ah,
was to get this book into the hands of everyone
oh,
and implement change that is, in fact, sustainable. But
ah,
now we've received so many comments about this could make a great
uh-huh.
documentary. The entire world needs to see this. This needs to be on Netflix as a series. This needs to be here. This needs to be there. Everyone needs this message. And so we've basically expanded our vision of what, in fact, is possible. And we know based upon what we've seen and the responses that we've had, that using the design thinking approach to healing healthcare is the way to go. We've authored both books. We're both very much involved in the design thinking process. Dina certainly with core values index that really does spell out who you are. And if you don't know who you are, it's very hard to create change. You have to
Right?
know your baseline. You have to know where to start. And so we're so thrilled about the response and about the letters that come to us and about the request for more information. Could you please present something at my organization? Can you come to visit us? When will you be in our area? Can we bring you here? And that in
Oh,
itself is so exciting. This is
wow.
something that is so sorely needed. And yet we think that it's well ahead of its time, that we have responses, that we have solutions. The concept is getting people to prototype,
Yeah.
to put in place something within their organization that affects change, impacts outcomes, and creates not just patient experience that is overwhelmingly positive, but caregiver experience. We want
Beautiful.
caregivers to stay.
Yeah, absolutely, we do. And
If we can have a small part in that, we've done good work.
well, you've done amazing work. Excited again to promote again tonight. It's 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right?
Yes, at
Yay, the
7
big
o'clock Eastern
Zoom
Standard
launch.
Time, we're thrilled to pieces.
Oh my
And tomorrow's
goodness.
the big day. You'll see the banners
Yeah,
on all of our social media change. Instead of coming soon, it will say available now.
awesome.
Available now. Go online and let's do this.
And where do we find you on social media?
On social media, on LinkedIn, using just my name, Sharon M. Weinstein. On Facebook, again, Sharon Weinstein. And of course, on Instagram and everywhere else. But we're primarily focusing on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Perfect.
Both of
Thank
us
you
just
again.
by our names. We also have a LinkedIn page called Think Differently by Design and a website called Think Differently by Design that takes you to all of this information and will eventually host our academy, Think Differently about healing healthcare. We're thrilled about that.
Well, we are thrilled to have you here again and looking forward to the launch. And is this our last show then?
No, I believe we have next Monday
Oh,
as
I
well.
can't wait to hear the recap of all the success.
Yeah,
I want
I
to hear
can't wait till we can share with you the excitement.
well, obviously, it's here,
Thrilled.
it's there. Congratulations to both you and to Dina. Send her our love and best
Will
of luck
do.
tonight. And we will chat next week, okay?
Okay, thank you. Have a great week. We look forward to seeing all of you tonight and to ensuring that you get that book into your hands. Thank
Ah,
you.
beautifully said. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Will
so
do. And again, go to
much.
healbrokenhealthcare.com.
Care.com.
Thank you
You
again.
got
Have a
it.
fantastic day. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.